tell me about the midst of it all, how that came to be. Such a
In the midst of
powerful
it
song.
all was written before He Stood in the Fire. I wrote in the midst of it all in about 1981. He Stood
Okay.
in the Fire was written in about 1988, 89. Uh, I was a much younger man. In
Yeah.
1981, I turned 22 that year. Had not even pastored my first church. I was evangelizing. And really, I don't have a story behind that song except the preaching I was doing at that time. I was focusing a lot on the story of Job, how
Hmm.
to get through hard times, how to stay victorious in difficult
Yeah.
situations. And again, like I wrote most of my songs back in those days, I was out at a church in the
Yeah.
middle of the day during a revival, sitting at the piano and just hitting some chords.
Yeah.
And I just wrote down that line, "What have you done to deserve all this? Curse God and die." And the
Wow.
rest of the song began to flow. In the midst of it
Yeah.
all, I
Yeah.
found hope. And but here's what I've come to discover, JT. It wasn't really written out of what I had seen or what I'd been through other than reading the Bible. What I've discovered is that that song was written about where I was going.
Mm.
Uh, what does a 21-year-old guy know about a
Yeah.
song like in the midst of it all? What have you
Right.
lived that time in your life, unless it's just something unusual,
Right.
even birth a song like that? But what I've come to understand is that in the midst of it all was a song that I could fall back on for the next 40
Mm.
years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm 65 now, and so I think about people I pastored
Hmm.
suffered loss. I think about some tough situations I went through as the leader of a denomination.
Yeah.
On and on I could go. And over again, I have fallen back on in the midst of it all. There is hope.
Yes.
Rise above it. And Job did it, and you can do it.
Amen.
And from a longevity standpoint, in the midst of it all, probably has had more longevity
Yeah.
than any other song I've ever done. It never made the charts.
Yeah.
The family recorded it. A lot of choirs have recorded it, a lot of
Sure.
groups,
Sure.
but it's still out there. I mean, that song is like 42 or 3 years old now.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
from a longevity standpoint, it's
Yeah.
it stood the test of time.
Sure.
Thank be to God.